Welcome to Golden Software's video training for Strater 3. Strater 3 is a fully customizable well log, borehole, and cross-section plotting software program with innumerable ways to graphically display your data. In this demonstration, I will explain how to create zone bar in Lithology logs. To start, I have opened the example file titled examplelogs.sdg to quickly explain the fundamental differences between a zone and a lithology log. Zone bar logs can display a variety of well log information including sample intervals, alteration zones, lithology, contamination, and more. Lithology logs show the various stratigraphic layers in the borehole. The display can be as simple as a filled block from top to bottom, or the display can be more elaborate and show weathering patterns and line types. The line type in this example reflects the correlation of the level of hardness of each mineral in the log. A zone bar or lithology log requires the user to have interval type data, as seen here with the from and to columns, and at a minimum have a lithology keyword scheme. For more information about schemes, please see the Strater 3 training video titled Schemes. Now I will open a new project to demonstrate how to create a zone bar log by clicking File, New, and Project. I will click on Log, Zone Bar, and then click on the log pane. You may also click on the zone bar log icon located on the toolbar. Once you click on the log pane, you will be prompted to open the data file which you will use for your log. I will load tutorial1.xls and select the lithology table in the import options. Because the data has a header row, I will make sure the specify column header row box is checked and click Next. The specify column definitions section has three drop-down menus which allow you to select the whole ID, the from column, and the to column. Strater automatically matches these by the header row. I will load the table by clicking Load. The default settings will load the first borehole in the table, DH-1. I would like to change the zone bar log to display information for the borehole DH-2. I will click the View Properties button on the toolbar and change the ID filter to DH-2. To change the colors of the log, click the Zone Bar tab and click in the Keyword Scheme field. If you want to create a new scheme or edit the colors in an existing scheme, click the Ellipses button. Creating a lithology log is very similar to creating a zone bar log, so I will quickly step through the process of creating the lithology log, only slowing to show the extra options with the lithology logs. I will click on the lithology icon and click in the log pane. You can also click Log Lithology from the menu. I could select the lithology data table that was already created when I previously imported the data, but instead I will re-import the same data to show you the different data import options when creating a lithology log. I will open tutorial1.xls and use the lithology table. I will accept the default settings for the worksheet column definitions by clicking Next. Here we see a few more options. The main feature of the lithology log is the ability to inscribe the visual aspects of the log with data. In this dialog, you have the ability to set the lithology keyword and lithology description, along with the indent percentage, indent keyword, and indent scale. These are all preset values with this data table. I will briefly describe each. The lithology keywords are text entries that indicate the line and fill properties of each block. These keywords are linked to scheme keywords to create block properties. The lithology description has a detailed description of each individual layer in the log. This is a unique field because in spite of having the same mineral composition, each layer can have unique elements which can be described here. To show blocks with variable widths, an indent percentage column needs to be defined in the data. In the example data, this information is in the indent percentage column. 0% means that none of the block is displayed, and 100% means the entire width of the block is displayed. The indent keyword indicates the type of indent line for each block. These keywords are linked to a scheme keyword to show different indent line styles. The indent line scale is the amount of exaggeration of the indent line. Click Load after setting the correct columns. Once you've created the Lithology log, you have the option to set up different properties to make the log your own. I will cover some of the functions in the Property Manager to help you customize your log. In Strater, you can have multiple borehole logs in one log pane. I will change the ID filter for this log to DH-1 by clicking on the Base tab in the Property Manager. In the Property Manager, under the Lithology Log tab, set the 2nd through 5th columns to the column headers from the table. The Lithology Scheme and Indent Keyword Scheme fields are where you set the scheme for the data. Customizing your scheme will give you the most control of the output of your log design. To customize your scheme, click the ellipses button in the Property Manager in the Scheme item line. On the Label tab, you have the ability to add and arrange labels. Many of the label properties are dependent on the scheme, so to change the text properties, adjust the text properties within the Lithology scheme. Lithology logs require the data to be assembled into a specific format. Familiarize yourself with the format of the Lithology data table. Knowing how to assemble your data beforehand will make creating Lithology logs very simple. This concludes the video training for creating zone bar and Lithology logs in Strater 3. If you have any additional questions, please contact Golden Software.